What's up guys, Venom here. So before we get into this video, which you already know what it is because you read the title, I wanted to say this because it's kind of important, and that is this Monday am going to be leaving on an RV trip that's gonna be a month or more. I'll get home at around June 25th, around there. So I'm gonna have a few videos to schedule, like maybe 4 at the most. So I guess content will come out like one video a week, one video every 2 weeks. And I won't be active on Discord as much, or Twitter. Obviously I'll come across Wi-Fi every once in a while, but I won't be able to cover anything because I won't have my computer with me. Okay, so today this is just going to be 3 reasons why I might quit YouTube. And I know this is going to sort of seem like clickbait because, like, oh, he's not quitting YouTube right now, but honestly, when I get home from my trip, I might just call it quits. Like, I'm not entirely sure, and it comes down to a few things and what it'll take for me to not quit. So let's just hop into reason number 1, and really the most important one, sort of. It's just become boring. And I know that sounds like kind of bad because a lot of people wish they had like 3,000 subscribers, and like most of my videos will get, you know, at least 500 plus views, and that's like a lot of people, like that's what they would like to do. Now, I'm not obviously a big YouTuber, but like it's something. It's better than the average channel. But I think what most people who don't have channels don't realize, and people who do have even small channels like me realize, like, it just loses its fun after a while. It starts feeling, because like when I started this channel, it was just for fun. Now it feels more like not a job, but like an obligation. Like I'm supposed to upload, or you know, you have people commenting on videos, or like DMing me and like, oh, why haven't you uploaded, and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's making it feel less fun and more like I'm forced to do it. And so then you upload a bunch, or I upload a bunch in this case, and then you just get burnt out, and it just gets old. Like YouTube gets boring, even if every single video I uploaded right now was getting hundreds of thousands of views and stuff like that. I still would be bored of it, and the only reason I would ever keep that up if I was getting hundreds of thousands of views, which I'm not obviously, would just be for money, because I'm monetized on YouTube, so I can make some money, but I'm not making much at all. And that's another thing that ties in with this, is people are gonna be like, well, you're monetized, so clearly you've made tons and tons of money because YouTubers are all ultra rich, and yeah, you must make lots of money. Truth is, I've made like $550 off of YouTube in the whole time I've been doing it, which is a good amount of money, don't get me wrong, but for like the time I put into it, or was putting into it until like a month ago, it's not worth it. I would be better off working at Taco Bell. So, you know, it's like people who think that I could live off of this, it's not true, obviously. And then people who are like, oh, but it must be so fun. It's just getting old. Okay, so the second reason, Roblox is just becoming boring. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't have gotten yourself banned from UD because that game's not boring. And honestly, I had stopped playing that game basically entirely before I got banned. I've said in the past. Now, a lot of people are gonna be like, so you hate DE and all the other car games you play on your YouTube channel, and that's not at all true. I think Driving Empire is a fun game. I think Midnight Racing is a fun game. The thing is, I've just played them a lot. It's just like any other game. You know, Forza Horizon 4, it's a good game, but I'm bored of it because I've played it a lot. Or it just basically, the same goes for literally any game. Is after you played it for a while, you get bored of it, and then you move on, or you just take a break. And in the case of like YouTube, if I took a break from Driving Empire and just swapped over to another game, then I would lose everything I built on Driving Empire, and then I'd go back, and then I'd have to start from scratch. So as like a YouTuber, you can't take breaks from games, like content breaks from games. It just doesn't work. So no matter what, and that's like what it was with UD. It's like I got really sick of UD. I still had to get on to make a daily video, because if I had gotten off it and went to WayFord or DE at the time, those are the same game, whatever, the views would have dropped, channel would have died, killed itself basically, and that would have been not so good. So just Roblox is becoming boring, and I'm really hoping that new games come that aren't bad and that'll hold interest for a while as well still. But yeah, right now just in general Roblox car games are just not great. Like there's some good ones, but there's not that many. There's DE, Midnight Racing, Project Track Day, Ultimate Driving, and those are maybe the big four that are popular that I like right now. You know, driving simulator is not bad, it's just not to my personal preference, not to my taste, whatever the frick. So it's just becoming old, Roblox is. Okay, so my third reason why I might quit is very simple, and this one's obviously gonna make me quit in the end, regardless of if I even want to or not, is personal things. Like, I have things to do in real life. Obviously, a lot of you know I'm 16, so I haven't gotten my driver's license yet. I have my learner's permit, so, you know, gotta practice driving. And then school, and then in August, I'm going to basically, so I don't say too much because that'd be kind of weird, it's like a firefighter academy is how I guess you could describe it without going into a lot of detail, right? So I'm doing that, and that's not long, but it's still like, it just takes up time and stuff, and it just leaves less time for YouTube in the first place. So eventually, it's like I'm not going to have time to do YouTube, and even if I did have time to do YouTube, it's like, do I want to do YouTube? I'd just rather spend my time doing something else. So just IRL stuff is taking up time, and then stuff like it's just personal things. Like, I'm not going into detail because it's honestly none of your business, but that's just the way it is. It sounded rude, but I mean, I can't help that. Anyways, so that's basically why I've been thinking about quitting YouTube. Obviously, I haven't started everything quite yet, but the first two reasons are true. Like, I'm getting bored of Roblox, and I'm getting bored of YouTube. And now I'm hopeful that, like, for example, the game Redline, it looks amazing. I'm not sure when for sure it'll come out. I think it's on target, I think is what they said in the server announcements, that it's going to be like end of summer or something like that. I don't know for sure. It should be out by 2022, right? Before the end of this year. So hopefully that game's good. And if that game's good, then maybe I'll get back on, make some YouTube videos on it, and have fun and whatnot. And then there's also other games that I'm looking forward to. Not just for YouTube, but for like my own personal self. I don't freaking know. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't know. This video is weird. I don't know if I'll even upload this or not. I just feel like I probably should, because a lot of people have been asking like why I'm like taking forever to make content, why I don't sound enthusiastic when I make it and stuff like that. And this is just the reason why. It's because I'm sick of YouTube, Roblox is becoming boring, and I have other things to do in real life. Anyways, thank you all for sitting through my TED Talk. Guess I will see you in the next video, whenever the frick that is. So, yeah, Venom out.